Welcome to someplace on the internet, where I will be teaching the basics of HTML. For those who have never seen code before, this is a text editor, and it is where I shall write all the code. Now open up a new page in said text editor and save the file, preferably in its own folder, under the name of index.html. The main page for any HTML page will always be named index.html. Before starting, things inside carets, like this here, are tags. They tell the computer what to do and how to make stuff look. Every tag has a beginning tag and an ending tag. The end tag is the same as the start tag, but with a backslash. It is very important that every tag has an end tag, or else your code will start acting funky. When first starting any kind of HTML code, you always want to first establish that you are, in fact, going to write in HTML. You do this by writing !doctype HTML at the top of the page. That tells the computer that what follows is in HTML. Next is the basic skeleton of any HTML code. First is HTML. It surrounds the body of the code as another tag to let the computer know that all the code will be inside these tags. Next, the head tag is where the page's style and header goes. The head tag is read before the body, so any important style goes here first. In the head tag goes the title tag, which gives your page a title on the tab bar of a web explorer. Finally, the body tag. Just like the name of body paragraphs, the body tag is the meat of the code. All of that awesome code that you're going to want to write goes in here, from paragraphs to images to A tags. That's the basic form of any HTML page. Now it's time to put some information in there. In HTML, it all comes down to knowing the right tag for what you want to do. For now, I'm just going to go over the most basic of HTML tags. Enough to get you a simple site, but nothing too spectacular. This is a header tag. Starting from H1, you can change the number, for example, H2, H3, H4, on and on and on, to get smaller and smaller headers. As a rule of thumb, you should only have one H1 tag per page. This is the paragraph tag, which is for, who would have guessed, paragraphs. As a side note, outside the paragraph tag, the computer will ignore all white space, or spacebar and tab bar, so you can have fun with formatting. Inside the paragraph tag, though, it will pay attention to all that spacingness that you do. The A tag is for links. You know those things you click on to navigate the World Wide Web? Well, href is the hyperlink reference for said link. Always place the entire link within quotation marks after href. In between the start and the end of the tag is where you're going to write the words that will appear for the link. Here, I link the page to my blog. The image tag is for images. src is the source, or the name and location of the picture. Pictures should always be in the same folder as the index.html file. That way, you only need to put the picture's name. If you're going to be using a lot of pictures, it is recommended to create a pictures folder within the HTML folder. Then, you'll have to put the name of the folder in front of the picture's name, with a backslash. For example, source equals picture/cats.jpg instead of just cats.jpg. The alt attribute specifies an alternative text for the image if it cannot be displayed. The width and height attributes do as they are named. They define the width and height of said picture. You do not need the width and height to be strictly defined, but if the picture is too big, it's pretty useful. I don't recommend increasing the size of pictures though, because it will most likely pixelate them. The image tag is one of the few tags that doesn't actually have an end tag. This tag is the break tag. It gives you a line of space. It's pretty useful if your page is getting pretty crowded. Now on to CSS. CSS, or Cascading Stylesheets, is how you change how your page looks. Styling goes in between the style tags, which go in the head tags. Basic styling has a general look of tag, brackets, style, colon, and then a more specific of that style, semicolon. Simple stylistic changes include color, which changes the text's color. Colors can be written using their normal names, like red and blue, but you have more option using their hexadecimal values, like hashtag FF94FF. Background color, which changes the background color, obviously. Size, which changes the size, like the text's size. It's usually denoted in pixels. Text align, which changes the alignment of the text, like in a text document, left, center, right. There is an abundant number of CSS tags and different options under each tag. These are only a few. For a list of all those possibilities, the web is your friend, meaning you should search them up. A really good site for HTML and CSS help is www.w3schools.com. The link is in the description. Combining these simple tags and the many others out there, you have the possibility to create any kind of website. Have fun creating websites and learning more. Toodles!